19th Victorian book that I read this year, and that is The Stokesley Secret by Charlotte Mary Yonge. And incidentally, this is also the final book on my Victober 5-star TBR that I made last autumn, and I'm really excited to have that checked off so far in advance to Victober. And I'm going to go ahead and right after this film my 5-star TBR wrap up. But let's talk about The Stokesley Secret. I have to say that, Charlotte Mary Yonge's books are very much in the domestic realm, and they are cozy, inviting, sentimental kinds of stories. There's usually something pretty sad that happens. Often a main character dies. And that's kind of my general expectation for what her books are going to be. But one of her books having a title with the word secret in it, The Stokesley Secret, I thought, oh, Charlotte Mary Yonge writing a sensation novel. I cannot wait. And it was purely based off the title that I thought that. Well, I have to say, this was not at all a sensation novel. It was very much par for the course with Charlotte Mary Yonge's style. It starts out and you meet this family and all of the different children in the family. The way that this book felt distinct from her other books was that there was a governess who was a main character, Miss Fosbrook, and Christabel is her first name, Christabel Fosbrook. So it did feel different in that. Now, one thing that I would be really intrigued to find out is if Charlotte Mary Yonge knew about the educational philosophies of Charlotte Mason at all. So Charlotte Mason was a 19th century Victorian educational theorist, and she had her own school, and they did things in a very uncharacteristic way compared to the other schools of that day and age. And the way that she talks about the governess doing lessons with the children, them being out frequently in nature, just made me wonder, did she know about Charlotte Mason? So that's kind of an aside. And this one is rather short. I think it comes in around 200 pages, maybe slightly over that, but it's definitely a shorter Charlotte Mason, a shorter Charlotte Mary Yonge book. And the parents are not very much actively in the picture. The father serves in the Navy, but then also he and the mother are in London for a lot of the story because their mother has become very ill. And so she needs the better treatment of London doctors. And I really liked the very inviting and intimate feel of this story, following the daily comings and goings with the governess and the children, and being frustrated at the different math that they're studying, and having times of refreshment and, thinking about things and studying things that come more naturally to them, and then coming back and feeling like you can challenge yourself more in mathematics. So it felt very much like an academic novel, but seeing, homeschoolers in this book. And then the whole secret aspect, it's so funny. It kept being so low key. I kept waiting for there to be more of a kind of a more scandalous secret, and then finally I got to the end. I'm like, oh, that was the secret. So it's more. I guess I don't want to give it away. You could read and be charmed by it. But interesting to see kind of the distinct personalities of the different children. I will say that I think some books, the distinct personalities of the children are more decipherable. There were a couple of them that. There were about, I think, 5 kids in this family, and 3 of them definitely felt like their own distinct characters, while 2 of them kind of blended in the group. So there are some books where she kind of executes that more successfully. And I think that this will not be a kind of tippity top favorite Charlotte Mary Yonge book, but that is only because I love the other one so much. So this definitely, I was really glad that I read it. It felt so lovely whenever I was reading it, and like just very comforting book to be reading, and it had all of the qualities about Charlotte Mary Yonge's stories that I love contained in this. And it had a truly lovely resolution to it. As always in Charlotte Mary Yonge's book, there was also kind of a moral dilemma that a character really had to wrestle with and decide what they were going to do about it. So I do recommend this one, and I don't think it's necessarily a good place to start with Charlotte Mary Yonge, but definitely enjoyable, and I'm really glad that I read it. So those are my general thoughts on The Stokesley Secret, my 19th book for this project. So 19 out of 25. We are really very much over halfway and closing in on the goal of this. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will be back with another video soon. Bye!